China, a nation with one of the largest and fastest growing economies in the world. Yet, it is home to one of the most socially unjust systems. The Hukou system is at the centre of both Chinese society and government, originally designed to limit urban migration. It is a household registration system which categorises Chinese citizens into agricultural and non-agricultural and differentiates them according to their place of registration. One's Hukou is automatically inherited from their parents, and it is not easily changed. Millions were left unable to change their Hukou type and location, forced to accept limited access to social welfare and labour market discrimination. Although attempts to reform the Hukou system have been made, the system still has a negative impact on people's lives. Restricted from many job opportunities, migrant workers are largely forced to undertake menial labour in urban cities. This has resulted in huge disparities in wages. The National Bureau of Statistics in 2012 calculated that the average monthly wage of a migrant worker was just 2,290 yuan, compared to 3,897 for permanent urban residents. The lack of a social safety net has also resulted in huge differences in savings. Urban workers only save 30% of their income, compared to the 50% for migrant workers who have no choice but to save as much of their limited wages to provide for themselves and their family. Education, an important aspect in the development of people, demonstrates the Hukou system's discrimination towards those from rural backgrounds. Children of migrant families are not given the same opportunity and access to attend schools in the city. Instead, they are left with two equally imbalanced choices. They can pay out district fees, which are extortionate and often an implausible solution, or they can send their children to privately owned schools where there is no certainty to the standards of education. Families are often left with no choice but to send their children back to the rural villages to be educated and brought up by other family members. China has 61 million children who are referred to as left behind. The Hukou system has had devastating effects on millions of families where they are unfairly separated, forcing children apart from their parents. The treatment of those of a different Hukou is socially unjust, with those from rural areas often derogatively referred to as manglu, meaning hooligan. In March 2003, Sun Zigang, a graphic designer originating from Hubei, underwent a random identity check in Guangzhou, where he worked. He failed to provide a legitimate temporary residence permit and was forced to enter a custody and repatriation centre. It was here that Sun was the victim of countless vicious attacks by both inmates and staff, resulting in his tragic death. Ultimately, the policies within the Hukou had enabled this incident to take place. The unchecked powers given to the police and the regulations surrounding both custody and repatriation had a detrimental effect on Chinese citizens. It also provided widespread anger and debate regarding the treatment of migrants and the fairness of the system as a whole. Ultimately, Hukou represents an apartheid society. There is no equality of opportunity, and it hinders people's ability to improve their lives. It has created a divided society, where the system impacts every area of their lives. Those from rural backgrounds are institutionally discriminated at every turn and made to feel like second-class citizens. The government and state structures force many to undertake jobs where they are made to endure terrible working conditions and low pay without any extra support or welfare from the state. Therefore, the Hukou system creates and maintains discrimination and social inequality.